Imagine waking up every morning feeling confident, free from the weight of self-doubt and fear. Imagine a life where that nagging voice in your head, the one that says, "You're not enough," or "You'll never make it," is completely silent. Sounds impossible, doesn't it? But what if I told you it's not only possible, but closer than you think? In this video, we'll uncover 6 powerful lessons from Buddhist teachings that will show you how to break free from doubt, overcome fear, and take control of your life. Let's begin the journey to your most confident self. 1. The illusion of self. At the heart of Buddhist teachings lies a profound truth. The self we cling to is an illusion. We often define ourselves by labels, achievements, or failures, believing they are the essence of who we are. But think about it. How many times has your perception of yourself changed with circumstances? This illusion creates a constant conflict as we chase an identity that's ever-changing. By understanding that the self is fluid, not fixed, you begin to free yourself from the expectations and pressures tied to it. The moment you let go of this false identity, you'll feel lighter, liberated from the doubts that arise from trying to be someone you're not. Ask yourself, who would you be if you weren't confined by labels? 2. Understanding the root of self-doubt. Self-doubt isn't born overnight. It grows from seeds planted by past experiences, comparisons, and fear of failure. It whispers, "What if I'm not good enough?" But the truth is, these doubts are not who you are. They are just thoughts arising from your conditioned mind. Buddhism teaches us to investigate the origins of these doubts. Reflect, are they your own beliefs, or have they been imposed by others? Self-doubt thrives in the shadows of unexamined beliefs. Shine a light on these beliefs, and you'll often find that they lack any real foundation. The root of self-doubt isn't your abilities, it's your attachment to the fear of being judged. Let go of that attachment, and you'll begin to reclaim your confidence. 3. The danger of comparison. Comparison is the thief of joy, yet most of us do it without even realizing. We see someone's achievements on social media, hear about a friend's success, or even notice a stranger's lifestyle, and we start to question our own worth. Thoughts like, "Why am I not there yet?" or "Why don't I have what they have?" creep in and create unnecessary pressure on our hearts. Buddhism reminds us of a powerful truth. No two beings are on the same journey. Just as no two lotus flowers bloom at the same time, your life unfolds on its own unique timeline. Imagine planting seeds in a garden. Each plant takes its own time to sprout and blossom. Some grow quickly, while others take longer. Does that make one better than the other? Of course not. The same is true for people. When we compare ourselves to others, we aren't being fair to ourselves. We are judging our progress based on someone else's standards or circumstances, which may be completely different from ours. This creates frustration and unhappiness because it shifts our focus away from our own growth and potential. Instead of comparing, try practicing gratitude. Look at your life and notice the things you've accomplished, no matter how small they may seem. Even your struggles and mistakes are valuable because they teach you lessons and shape you into the person you are becoming. Ask yourself, what have I learned from my journey so far? What makes my path special? When you focus on your own progress, you'll feel more content and confident in who you are. Remember this simple truth: the only comparison worth making is with the person you were yesterday. Are you kinder, more understanding, or more determined than you were before? If so, that's progress. Life isn't a race or a competition. It's a personal journey, and every step you take matters. Let go of the need to measure your life against others. Instead, honor your unique path and trust that you're blooming in your own time. 4. Detach from the ego. The ego is a tricky thing. It's not who you really are, but it often feels like it. The ego is that voice in your head that constantly says, "I need to be better. I want people to admire me," or "What if I fail and everyone laughs at me?" It craves approval, validation, and control. While it might seem like the ego is helping you stay motivated, in reality, it's the source of much of your suffering. Buddhism teaches that the ego is not your true self. It's a mask, a construct created by your mind to help you navigate the world. The problem is, we often let this mask dictate how we live. When the ego feels threatened by failure, criticism, or even someone else's success, it reacts with fear, anger, or insecurity. These reactions can create doubt, hold you back, and make you forget your real value. Let's take a simple example. Imagine you worked hard on a project, but someone else gets the praise you were hoping for. Your ego might whisper, "You're not good enough," or "You deserve more recognition." These thoughts can spiral into bitterness or self-doubt. But if you step back and look at the situation without the ego, you might see something different. You'll realize that your worth doesn't depend on others' praise, and that the work you did still has meaning, regardless of external validation. Detaching from the ego doesn't mean you ignore your ambitions or stop caring about your goals. It means you stop tying your self-worth to outcomes. When you understand that your essence is deeper than your achievements, failures, or the way others perceive you, the ego begins to lose its power over you. How do you detach from the ego? It starts with awareness. Pay attention to your thoughts and notice when the ego speaks. Is it urging you to prove yourself? Is it making you feel inferior? Once you see the ego for what it is, a false narrative, it becomes easier to step back and not let it control you. Another practice is humility. Humility doesn't mean thinking less of yourself. It means understanding that everyone is on a journey and no one is better or worse than another. By embracing humility, you can celebrate others' successes without feeling threatened and learn from your failures without feeling diminished. Gratitude is also a powerful tool against the ego. When you focus on what you have instead of what you lack, the ego's demands for more begin to quiet down. For example, instead of thinking, "I need to achieve this to feel valuable," shift your mindset to, "I'm grateful for the growth and learning I've experienced so far." Gratitude anchors you in the present moment and helps you see your intrinsic worth. The ego often tricks us into believing that we're in competition with others or that we must always be achieving to have value. But the truth is, your value isn't tied to what you do, what you have, or what others think of you. Your true self is already complete, already whole, and already worthy. Detaching from the ego is a lifelong practice, not a one-time achievement. There will be moments when the ego gets the better of you, and that's okay. Each time you recognize its influence, you're taking a step closer to freedom from its grip. When you detach from the ego, you discover a profound sense of peace. You no longer feel the need to prove yourself or live up to someone else's standards. Instead, you can focus on what truly matters, growing, learning, and living a life aligned with your values. Ask yourself, what would my life look like if I stopped letting the ego control me? How would I feel if I let go of the constant need to be better, to be recognized, or to be right? These questions can lead you to a deeper understanding of who you are, beyond the illusions of the ego. The journey to detachment isn't easy, but it's worth it. When you free yourself from the ego, you open the door to authentic confidence, lasting inner peace, and a deeper connection with yourself and others. 5. The art of letting go. Letting go is one of the most profound yet challenging teachings in Buddhism. It is often misunderstood as simply forgetting or giving up. But in reality, letting go is an art, a skill that brings freedom and peace when practiced with intention. It is about releasing the emotional weight of attachment, resentment, and expectations that no longer serve you. Many of us hold on to things that hurt us, past failures, unfulfilled dreams, toxic relationships, or even the need for control. This clinging creates suffering. Imagine holding onto a rope tied to a heavy weight. The tighter you grip it, the more it strains your hands, yet you refuse to let go, believing you must keep holding on. Buddhism teaches that this suffering comes not from the weight itself, but from your unwillingness to release it. So why do we cling? One reason is fear. We fear losing control, being vulnerable, or facing the unknown. For example, letting go of a grudge might make you feel like you're giving up your power. But holding on to that grudge only drains your energy, while forgiveness allows you to reclaim your peace. Similarly, clinging to a past mistake might feel like a way to avoid repeating it, but in reality, it chains you to guilt and prevents you from moving forward. Buddhism emphasizes impermanence, the idea that nothing in life is fixed or permanent. Everything, from our relationships to our emotions, is in a constant state of change. When we accept this truth, we begin to understand that holding on to something doesn't stop it from changing. It only stops us from adapting to the change. Letting go doesn't mean suppressing your feelings or pretending you don't care. It means facing your emotions fully, acknowledging their presence, and then releasing them with compassion. For example, if you've experienced a heartbreak, letting go doesn't mean denying the pain or forgetting the person. Instead, it means allowing yourself to feel the hurt, learn from it, and then release the attachment to what could have been. One of the most powerful practices for letting go is mindfulness. When you're mindful, you stay present with your emotions without judgment. If you notice anger, fear, or sadness, simply observe it. Ask yourself, why am I holding on to this? Is it helping me or hurting me? Often, this self-awareness alone is enough to loosen the grip of attachment. Gratitude is another key to letting go. Instead of focusing on what you've lost or what didn't happen, focus on what you still have and what you've gained from the experience. Gratitude shifts your perspective from lack to abundance, making it easier to release what no longer serves you. Letting go is also about forgiveness, not just of others, but of yourself. Many of us carry the heavy burden of self-blame, replaying our mistakes over and over in our minds. But holding on to guilt doesn't change the past. It only robs you of peace in the present. Forgive yourself for not knowing better at the time. Let go of the need to be perfect and allow yourself to grow from the experience. A helpful way to practice letting go is to imagine the situation as a leaf floating down a river. Instead of trying to grab the leaf or control where it goes, simply watch it float away. This visualization helps you understand that letting go doesn't mean losing. It means trusting the flow of life. Letting go also applies to expectations. We often expect people to behave a certain way, outcomes to unfold as we wish, or life to follow a specific plan. When reality doesn't match these expectations, we feel disappointed or frustrated. But by releasing these rigid expectations, we open ourselves to new possibilities and a sense of ease. Ask yourself, what am I holding on to right now that's causing me pain? Is it a grudge, a fear, or an expectation? Then take a moment to imagine what your life would feel like without that weight. Let that sense of freedom motivate you to take the first step in releasing it. The art of letting go is not a one-time act, but an ongoing practice. There will be times when you slip back into old habits of clinging, and that's okay. Each time you notice it, gently remind yourself of the peace that comes with releasing. When you master the art of letting go, you discover a profound truth. Freedom isn't found in holding tighter, it's found in releasing what weighs you down. Only then can you fully embrace the present moment and move forward with clarity and peace. 6. Take action with courage and determination. Taking action is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. You can have all the insights, plans, and dreams in the world, but without action, they remain unfulfilled potential. Yet for many of us, self-doubt, fear of failure, and procrastination hold us back. Buddhism offers a path to overcome these obstacles by teaching us how to take action with courage and determination, even when fear and uncertainty cloud our minds. Courage doesn't mean the absence of fear. It means acknowledging fear but choosing to act despite it. Think about a time in your life when you felt afraid but still moved forward, perhaps speaking in front of a crowd, starting a new job, or facing a difficult conversation. That wasn't the absence of fear, it was courage in action. Fear is a natural response to the unknown, but it doesn't have to control you. Buddhism teaches us to take right action, which means actions rooted in mindfulness, intention, and alignment with our values. When your actions are guided by what truly matters to you, they carry a sense of purpose that strengthens your resolve. Right action isn't about perfection or always succeeding. It's about being authentic and making choices that reflect your deepest values. One of the biggest barriers to action is overthinking. How often do we spend hours, days, or even years waiting for the perfect time or the perfect plan? In reality, there's no such thing as a perfect time. The present moment is all we ever have, and the more we delay, the more our doubts grow. Buddhism encourages us to embrace the present moment fully, recognizing that it's the only space where we can truly act. Taking action requires breaking free from the fear of failure. Failure is not the opposite of success. It's a part of it. Every great success story is built on a foundation of lessons learned from mistakes. Think of a baby learning to walk. They stumble and fall repeatedly, yet they never stop trying. Each fall is a step closer to mastering the skill. Approach your actions with the same mindset. Instead of fearing failure, see it as an opportunity to grow, learn, and refine your path. Determination is the partner of courage. It's the steady force that keeps you moving forward, even when progress feels slow or obstacles appear insurmountable. Determination doesn't require grand leaps. It thrives on small, consistent steps. A mountain is climbed one step at a time, and so is any significant goal in life. To cultivate determination, set clear, realistic goals. Break them into smaller, actionable steps. Instead of saying, "I want to change my entire life," focus on one thing you can do today to move closer to that change. For example, if you want to improve your health, start by drinking more water or taking a short walk. Small wins build momentum, and momentum creates progress. Another important aspect of taking action is embracing uncertainty. Many of us hesitate to act because we want guarantees that our efforts will succeed, that we won't make mistakes, or that others will approve of our choices. But life doesn't come with guarantees, and waiting for certainty often leads to inaction. Buddhism teaches us to trust the process and take one step at a time, even when the path ahead isn't fully clear. Courage and determination also require self-compassion. When you face setbacks, don't be harsh on yourself. Acknowledge the effort you've made and the lessons you've learned. Treat yourself with the same kindness you would offer a friend who's trying their best. This self-compassion fuels your resilience, helping you get back up and keep going. Visualization can be a powerful tool to inspire action. Close your eyes and picture the version of yourself who has achieved the goal you're working toward. What does that version of you feel like? What daily actions did it take to get there? This exercise connects you to your deeper why and reignites your motivation when challenges arise. Lastly, surround yourself with supportive people. Courage and determination grow stronger when shared. Seek out friends, mentors, or communities that encourage you to take risks and celebrate your progress. Their encouragement can serve as a reminder that you're not alone in your journey. Taking action with courage and determination is about embracing imperfection, trusting the process, and committing to growth. Each step, no matter how small, is a victory over self-doubt and a move closer to your true potential. Ask yourself, what is one action you can take today that aligns with your values and moves you closer to your goals? Then take that step without hesitation. The path to transformation begins with the courage to act and the determination to keep going one step at a time. When you take action, you realize that fear loses its power, self-doubt begins to fade, and your confidence grows stronger with each decision you make. You're not just moving forward, you're becoming the person you've always had the potential to be. That's the power of courage and determination. Self-doubt may feel like an immovable mountain, but remember, even mountains can be climbed, one step at a time. By embracing the illusion of self, understanding the roots of doubt, avoiding comparison, detaching from the ego, letting go of the past, and taking courageous action, you hold the power to transform your life. Each of these lessons is a key. Together, they unlock the door to freedom from doubt. Your journey won't be perfect, and it won't always be easy. But with every step forward, you reclaim a part of yourself that self-doubt had taken away. So the question isn't, can you overcome self-doubt? The question is, will you take the first step today?